Over 3.1 billion bowls of cornflakes are consumed every year across the globe. To meet this huge demand, large amounts of corn are harvested. In this video, we take you inside a cereal factory to explore how basic corn kernels are turned into the crunchy, nutritious flakes we enjoy at breakfast. Cornflakes were invented by accident in the 1890s by the Kellogg brothers. While preparing bread dough, they accidentally overcooked the wheat, which turned into flakes. Instead of throwing them away, they toasted and tasted the flakes, unknowingly creating what would later become the famous cornflakes. Originally sold in bulk, these cereals were considered healthy and easy to digest. Their popularity grew quickly, leading to both national and international success. Today, the biggest Kellogg factory in Europe produces 1 million cereal boxes each day. The process begins in Argentina, where corn is grown on 380 farms. During harvest, the corn cobs are collected, and up to 30,000 tons of corn are shipped to the UK, enough to make over 5 million bowls of cornflakes. The factory runs 24/7 to ensure a steady supply. The first step in cereal production is carefully selecting and thoroughly cleaning the corn to make sure only high-quality, impurity-free grains are used. When the corn arrives at the factory, it undergoes strict quality control to ensure every batch meets the necessary standards. This marks the beginning of the process that transforms raw corn into the breakfast cereals we enjoy. Before further processing, the corn goes through an initial cleaning phase to remove larger impurities, like stones, dust, and debris. This is done using sieves and vibrating screens. A second cleaning stage follows, using gravity separators and vacuum systems to remove smaller particles such as fine dust and tiny stones. Finally, the kernels are sorted by size and density to ensure that only the best ones move on to the next stage. Next, the cleaned corn kernels are prepared for soaking, a key step that softens them for milling. The kernels are moved into large tanks specially designed for this stage, where they are conditioned for the upcoming steps in cornflake production. These tanks are filled with hot water, and the kernels are fully submerged for several hours. The heat allows water to penetrate the grains, softening their outer layer and preparing them for grinding. In some cases, the soaked kernels go through extra conditioning. This involves applying steam or heat to adjust moisture levels, improving texture, and making it easier to remove the husk during milling. This step also helps create more consistent cornflakes. Once soaking and conditioning are complete, the kernels are sent to the factory's milling area. There, they are ground and separated in a crucial stage that turns the softened corn into a smooth, uniform mixture. This mixture will later be shaped and cooked into the well-known cornflakes. The corn grains are placed into large steel rollers that rotate in opposite directions, with one moving slightly faster than the other. These specially designed mills crush the kernels into a thick, smooth mixture called corn dough. As the grains are ground to the right consistency, the husks and any unwanted particles are removed to create a fine texture. This dough becomes the base for shaping the cornflakes in the next production steps. After grinding and separation, the corn dough is moved into large industrial mixers. Here, ingredients like sugar, honey, salt, or flavorings are added according to the recipe. The dough is then cooked using a mix of heat and steam, which causes it to expand and become more flexible. Once cooked, the dough enters an extruder, a machine that shapes the flakes by pushing the dough through specially shaped openings. Sharp, adjustable blades cut the dough into flakes of the desired size as it exits. The flakes are then transferred onto a conveyor belt or cooling system, where they cool and harden. This also helps remove excess moisture, giving the flakes their signature crispy texture. In the final stage, the flakes are coated with a hot, sweet syrup that boosts their flavor and gives them a light, shiny finish. This coating is applied in a rotating drum that gently tumbles the flakes, ensuring even coverage. The result is the golden, crunchy cornflakes we enjoy for breakfast. The cornflakes are now ready for the final production steps. After an initial cooling phase, the flakes are moved into a drying system where hot air flows through them to remove any leftover moisture, making them perfectly crisp. They are then cooled with cold air to lower their temperature, which helps prevent them from clumping together. Before being packaged, the flakes go through a strict quality check. They are carefully examined and tested for flavor, texture, and appearance to meet the company's high standards. Once approved, they are packed and prepared for distribution, ready to reach consumers in excellent condition. The cornflakes are moved to packaging machines, where exact portions are measured and placed into individual bags. Each bag is then sealed at the top and bottom with heat to keep the contents fresh and prevent damage. Sensors check the weight of each bag to make sure they meet the correct amount before the packaging is finalized. After sealing, labels are added to each package, showing important information such as product name, nutrition facts, and expiration dates. The finished packages are then stored in ideal conditions to keep them fresh and maintain quality until they are sent out. Within just 24 hours, more than 1 million boxes of cereal are shipped from the factory, ready to arrive at stores in perfect condition for customers to enjoy. This hot dog factory produces over 300,000 crispy cheese hot dogs every single day using fully automated equipment. Each treat starts with half a sausage and half a block of cheese, placed together on a stick to create the perfect mix of savory and creamy. The sticks are dipped into a thick batter made from flour, eggs, and milk, creating a smooth and even coating. Then they are rolled in crunchy breadcrumbs to add an irresistible texture. Once coated, the hot dogs move into giant fryers filled with hot oil, where they are cooked until golden and crispy on the outside, while the cheese inside melts into a gooey perfection. After frying, they are cooled to keep their texture light and crisp. Finally, each hot dog is packed and sealed to lock in freshness, ready to be shipped to stores. Doughnut production in factories is a streamlined process designed to produce large quantities efficiently while maintaining quality. The process begins with the preparation of the dough, which involves mixing precise quantities of flour, sugar, yeast, eggs, and other ingredients in industrial mixers. The dough is kneaded to achieve the desired elasticity and then left to rest and rise, allowing the yeast to activate. Once the dough is ready, it is transferred to a cutting machine, which shapes it into the classic donut rings or other desired forms such as filled donuts. The shaped dough is placed on trays or conveyor belts and allowed to proof in a controlled environment where it rises further to achieve the light, airy texture characteristic of donuts. The proofed donuts are then fried in large industrial fryers, filled with oil maintained at the perfect temperature. The doughnuts are cooked evenly on both sides, resulting in a golden brown exterior and soft interior. After frying, they are cooled and moved to the decoration stage. Depending on the type of doughnut, they may be coated with glazes, dipped in chocolate, dusted with powdered sugar, or filled with cream or jelly. Finally, the doughnuts are packaged for distribution, ready to delight customers. The process of making KitKat chocolate bars is a meticulous process that combines art, science, and advanced technology. It begins with the careful selection of high-quality ingredients, including cocoa beans, milk, sugar, and flavorings, which are rigorously tested to meet strict quality standards. The cocoa beans are roasted, ground, and mixed with milk and sugar to create a smooth chocolate paste, forming the base of KitKat's iconic taste. In the mixing and molding stage, the chocolate and wafer layers are combined using specialized machinery to achieve the perfect balance and texture. The bars are then shaped, cut, and cooled in temperature-controlled chambers to ensure consistency. After cooling, the bars are wrapped in sustainable packaging designed to preserve freshness. Quality control measures, including visual inspections and advanced tools like X-rays, ensure every KitKat bar meets exacting standards. This dedication to precision and quality has made KitKat a globally beloved chocolate treat. Next up, let's take a closer look at the process of making French fries. It starts with choosing high-quality potatoes, often starchy varieties like russet or Idaho, ideal for frying due to their low moisture content. The potatoes are washed thoroughly to remove dirt, then peeled and cut into uniform strips. Consistent size ensures even cooking. After cutting, the potato strips are rinsed in cold water to remove excess starch, which helps prevent them from sticking together and enhances their crispiness. Next, the potatoes are blanched by briefly boiling or frying at a lower temperature. This step softens the interior and partially cooks the fries. After blanching, the fries are drained and cooled, often being frozen for storage in commercial production. Freezing also helps develop a better texture during final frying. In large-scale production, quality control checks ensure uniformity in texture, taste, and appearance before packaging for distribution or serving to customers. Each year, millions of sardines are caught and processed into canned products to meet global demand. In 2024, the canned sardine market was valued at around $9 billion. In this video, we'll explore how millions of sardines are caught and processed in factory. Sardine fishing starts at the harbor, with the best time to catch them being at dusk, when sardines follow their shoals to the surface. Fishermen set out to sea in boats, searching for schools of sardines that gather in coastal waters. In the past, fishermen relied on seagulls and surface bubbles as clues to locate the fish. Today, modern technology has revolutionized the process. Boats are equipped with sonar devices that emit audio signals into the water. These signals bounce back if they detect something beneath the boat, helping fishermen locate sardines with greater accuracy and efficiency. When fishermen discover a school of sardines, they must act quickly to prevent the fish from escaping. The boat accelerates, releasing the net at high speed while sailing in a circle, a simple but effective method to trap the fish. Once the captain is confident the sardines are surrounded, a winch tightens the rope, closing the net and capturing hundreds of sardines. However, the net is often too heavy to lift onto the boat all at once, so smaller nets are used to transfer the sardines by hand. This process only takes a few minutes. The next step is to transport the fish to shore while they are still fresh. Meeting the global demand for canned sardines requires industrial-scale operations. Once at the port, the ships are unloaded and the sardines are transferred to refrigerated trucks, which transport them to fish processing plants. At the canning plant, nearly 1 million sardines are processed each day, ensuring a steady supply to meet worldwide demand. Packaging fish on such a large scale requires modern machinery and a team of about 800 people. Sardines arrive at the factory just a few hours after being caught to ensure maximum freshness. Unloading happens quickly because the factory aims to process the fish within 5 hours to deliver the highest quality to consumers. The process begins with the freshly caught sardines being placed in a vat of ice water to keep them fresh. The temperature of the fish is maintained below a specific level to preserve their quality. Next, the sardines are moved along a conveyor belt filled with fresh water for further processing. Coarse salt is added to improve their texture and consistency. Workers then clean the fish by rinsing them with seawater before placing them into cans. The cans, open at the bottom and facing upward, travel along a conveyor belt to a workstation. Here, they are filled manually to minimize the risk of foreign objects entering the cans. Workers ensure each can contains the right amount of sardines. Within minutes, the fish are already canned. To guarantee the correct weight, each can is individually weighed, and adjustments are made if necessary. Once filled, the open cans move to the cooking phase. Since the sardines are canned raw, they must be cooked to prevent spoilage before reaching the consumer. The cans themselves act as cooking vessels. They are placed into giant ovens where they are steamed at 100 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. After cooking, a worker turns the cans over and places them onto another conveyor belt. At this stage, the batch moves on to heavy machinery for the next steps in production. The cooked sardines are carefully arranged in a single row and dipped in olive oil. The cans are filled to capacity, and any excess oil is removed. A machine then places and seals the lids under pressure, creating a vacuum-packed seal. Although the cans are sealed and filled, they are still covered in oil. To address this, they are cleaned and sterilized. The cans pass through a machine that washes them with 90 degrees Celsius water, leaving them spotless. Next, the cans are sterilized in autoclaves, using steam at 110 degrees Celsius for an hour and a half to eliminate any microorganisms. Once sterilized, the cans are packaged and ready to be shipped worldwide. Right here, we have a beef patties factory. The process starts by grinding beef into small pieces. Then, the ground beef is mixed with spices, salt, and other ingredients to add flavor. This mixture is placed into a machine that shapes it into round, flat patties. The patties are carefully frozen to ensure they are safe to eat and remain fresh. The patties are packaged in plastic or boxes, labeled and sent out to stores or restaurants. This process helps produce beef patties quickly and safely ready for people to enjoy in their meals. And here we have an inside look at how ketchup is made in factories, through a well-organized process to ensure it tastes great and is safe to eat. It starts with fresh tomatoes, which are washed thoroughly to remove any dirt or impurities. The tomatoes are then crushed into a thick pulp and cooked to enhance their flavor and remove excess water. Next, other key ingredients like sugar, vinegar, salt, and spices are added to the tomato mixture. These ingredients are blended together to create the ketchup's signature taste. The mixture is cooked again to ensure it's smooth and consistent. Once ready, the ketchup is filtered to remove seeds or skin for a smooth texture. It is then poured into bottles or pouches using automated machines. The containers are sealed tightly to keep the ketchup fresh. Finally, the ketchup is labeled and packed into boxes for delivery to stores and restaurants worldwide. Now, let's dive into the fascinating world of dumpling production in a modern factory. Every day, millions of dumplings are made using fresh ingredients and advanced machines. The goal is to keep the same delicious taste as homemade dumplings while making them quickly and efficiently. The process starts with mixing flour and water to make soft dough. At the same time, fresh vegetables, meat, and seasonings are prepared for the filling. Machines roll out the dough into thin wrappers and carefully fill each one with the tasty mixture. Then, the dumplings are folded and sealed just like they would be by hand. Some dumplings are steamed, boiled, or frozen, depending on how they will be sold. After a final quality check, they are packed and sent to supermarkets and restaurants. Customers can then cook and enjoy them at home. At the heart of this cookie-making process, this ingenious machine plays a key role in making sure each sandwich cookie is perfectly assembled. The bottom half are lined up, ready to be filled with a special filling machine, evenly distributes a luscious layer of cream. This step happens with high accuracy, ensuring the perfect amount of filling for each one. This machine takes the top cookie and automatically places it onto the cream-covered bottom ones with flawless precision. It works at high speed, assembling thousands of units per minute, and designed to handle the pressure of mass production while maintaining consistency. As the top are carefully placed, the sandwich cookies are completed, each one perfectly aligned and sealed thanks to the precise work of this capper. Once assembled, the cookies are quickly packaged and ready for distribution, ensuring they maintain their freshness and quality from the factory to your favorite grocery store. The ice cream cone is a standard in any ice cream store or stand. This tasty and crunchy treat is known as a way to cool down in the summer and makes an edible container for a cold snack. Ice cream cones have come a long way since their accidental invention in 1904 at the World's Fair. From basic wafers to intricate sugar cones, each one must be perfectly crispy, strong, and delicious. It all starts with a simple yet precise mixture. Flour, sugar, water, and a binding agent like soy lecithin are combined to create the perfect batter. Brown sugar is often added to give the cone extra sweetness and a richer flavor. The key to a great ice cream cone is consistency. The dough must maintain the perfect texture, so the mixture is cooled or heated to stay at exactly 17 degrees Celsius. A computerized system ensures that every batch is the same, regardless of outside temperature. Once the dough is mixed, it's poured into machines that shape the cones. A large hopper controls the amount of batter poured onto hot baking plates. These plates cook both sides at the same time, ensuring an even bake. After about 50 seconds, the wafer is cooked and ready for shaping. While still warm and flexible, they are quickly molded into the iconic cone shape. After the cones are shaped, they are cooled on conveyor belts to set their structure. This ensures they are strong enough to hold ice cream without breaking. Every cone must pass a quality check. They're tested for consistency and shape, thickness and durability to ensure they won't crumble under the weight of the ice cream. Every great jam begins with one key ingredient: fresh and ripe strawberries. But before these berries become a sweet spread, they first need to be carefully harvested. Strawberry plants are typically hand-picked to ensure the berries remain in perfect condition for jam production. Each berry is inspected to ensure only the best are selected, as high-quality fruit is essential for making the finest jam. Once picked, the strawberries are quickly transported to the factory where the process begins. Trucks loaded with strawberries arrive at the factory daily, ensuring a constant supply of fresh fruit. Upon arrival, the strawberries are immediately inspected for quality. Only the best, ripest strawberries make it past this point, as quality control is critical to producing a delicious jam. The first step inside the factory is washing the strawberries. Automated systems use high-pressure water jets to wash the fruit, removing any dirt, pesticides, or other contaminants. After washing, the strawberries pass through a sorting machine. Here, they are graded by size and ripeness. Any berries that don't meet the factory's standards are removed, leaving only the best strawberries to move on to the next step. Next, the strawberries are prepared for cooking. Machines automatically hull the berries, removing the green tops, and then slice them into smaller pieces. This ensures that the strawberries cook evenly during the jam-making process. The prepared fruit is then moved into large vats, ready for the next stage. The key ingredients in strawberry jam are, of course, strawberries, sugar, and pectin. In this step, the sliced strawberries are placed into large industrial cookers. Sugar is added in specific amounts to not only sweeten the mixture, but also to act as a natural preservative. Pectin, a naturally occurring thickening agent, is then added. This helps the jam achieve its characteristic texture, allowing it to set properly. The mixture is slowly heated, allowing the strawberries to release their juices and break down. As the fruit cooks, it begins to blend with the sugar and pectin, creating the base of the jam. This stage requires precision. The temperature and cooking time are closely monitored to ensure the jam thickens just right, without burning or losing flavor. While the jam is cooking, regular quality checks are carried out. Factory workers take samples from the vats to test the jam's consistency, sweetness, and flavor. If the jam isn't thick enough, additional pectin may be added to achieve the right texture. Meanwhile, the glass jars that will hold the jam are being prepared. Sterilization is a critical step to ensure that the jam remains fresh for a long time. The jars are heated to high temperatures in large ovens, which kill any bacteria or germs that may be present. This ensures the jam stays uncontaminated and has a longer shelf life. Once the jam reaches the perfect consistency and the jars are sterilized, it's time to fill them. This step is fully automated. The jam is still hot when it's poured into the jars, which helps create a tight seal when the lids are added. The filling machines are extremely precise, ensuring that each jar gets the exact right amount of jam. Immediately after filling, the jars are sealed with metal lids. These lids form a vacuum seal as the jam cools, locking in freshness. Here, each jar receives its label, complete with details like the flavor, brand, and expiration date. Once labeled, the jars are ready for packaging. With the jam packed and sealed, the final step is packaging. The jars are packed into boxes and prepared for shipment. Whether destined for local supermarkets or international markets, these jars of jam are now ready to be distributed and enjoyed by customers around the world. And here we have a beef sausages factory. The production of sausages starts with selecting the finest cuts of meat. The meat is then trimmed of excess fat and diced into small pieces. Next, the meat is fed into a grinding machine, where it is minced to the desired consistency. This step is crucial in ensuring that the sausage has a smooth and even texture. Once the meat is minced, it is time to add seasonings and spices. This is where the magic happens, as the blend of spices gives each type of sausage its unique flavor profile. Ingredients such as salt, pepper, garlic, and paprika are commonly used to enhance the taste. Meanwhile, natural casings made from the intestines of animals are prepared for filling. These casings are flexible and allow the sausage to retain its shape while cooking. The seasoned meat mixture is then fed into a sausage stuffing machine, which fills the casings with the meat mixture. The machine ensures that the sausages are evenly filled and properly sealed. After the sausages are filled, they are linked together to form long chains. This process helps in portioning the sausages and makes them easier to handle during cooking. Some sausages are then smoked to enhance their flavor. They are hung on racks in a smoking room where they are exposed to a controlled amount of smoke for a specific period of time. This adds a rich, smoky flavor to the sausages. Finally, the sausages are ready for packaging. They are either vacuum sealed for freshness or placed in trays for display. The packaging ensures that the sausages remain fresh and flavorful until they reach the consumer's plate. This factory makes thousands of doubler chocolate bars every day, using a smooth and efficient process. First, melted chocolate is poured into molds on a conveyor belt, where it takes the shape of the classic doubler bars. The bars cool and harden as the belt moves along. Once solid, they are carefully removed and wrapped in shiny foil or paper to keep them fresh and tasty. Finally, the wrapped bars are packed into boxes ready to be sent to stores. Now, let's dive into the process of making banana chips in factory. It begins with selecting raw bananas, typically green plantains, which are firm and less sweet than ripe bananas. The bananas are sourced from local farms and transported to the factory for processing. The first step in the factory process is washing the bananas thoroughly to remove dirt and any residues. After cleaning, the bananas are peeled mechanically. Large-scale banana peeling machines are used to remove the tough skin without damaging the fruit inside. Next, the peeled bananas are sliced into uniform thin rounds. This is done using high-speed slicing machines that ensure consistent thickness. Once sliced, the banana rounds are deep fried in large industrial fryers. The oil used for frying is typically heated to around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The fryer is designed to maintain a consistent temperature and evenly cook the chips. The banana slices are fried in batches, ensuring they turn golden brown and crispy without absorbing excess oil. After frying, the chips are drained to remove any excess oil and then passed through a seasoning machine. Here, the chips are evenly coated with salt or other spices depending on the desired flavor. Finally, the banana chips are packaged in airtight bags to preserve freshness and prevent them from becoming stale. Once harvested, the shrimps delivered to the factory, where they are washed thoroughly in cold water to remove dirt, bacteria, and contaminants, helping maintain their freshness. The shrimp are then graded and sorted by size and quality. After this, they are deveined by making a small incision to remove the digestive tract, which improves both appearance and taste. Next, the shrimp are peeled, and depending on market preferences, some may have their tails left intact. In some factories, shrimp are further processed into breaded or seasoned products. This involves coating the shrimp with batter, breadcrumbs, or seasonings before frying them in hot oil for added flavor and texture. After frying or final preparation, shrimp are quickly frozen individually on conveyor belts to preserve freshness and ensure easy portioning. Finally, the frozen shrimp are weighed, packed into secure containers, and stored at low temperatures, ready for distribution to markets. Have you ever wondered how your favorite cookies are mass-produced in a factory? It all starts with choosing the finest ingredients. Factories use high-quality flour, sugar, butter, and other essentials in bulk. These are precisely measured using automated systems to ensure consistency in every batch. In industrial mixers, the dough is created. The mixing process is carefully controlled to ensure the perfect blend of wet and dry ingredients. Once the dough is ready, it's transferred to specialized machines designed to shape the cookies. Whether it's traditional round cookies or fun shapes, the dough is rolled, cut, or pressed into molds. The shapes then move along the conveyor belt, ready for the next step in the journey. Next comes the most crucial part: baking. The shaped dough travels into large commercial ovens, where temperatures are perfectly regulated to bake the cookies evenly. These ovens can handle thousands of cookies at once. As the cookies bake, their flavors are sealed and their textures come to life, whether crispy or chewy. It all depends on precise timing and temperature control. Once the cookies come out of the oven, they're sent to a cooling area. This helps them set, ensuring that they maintain their structure and don't crumble when packaged. Each cookie undergoes strict quality checks to make sure it's up to standard before heading to the packaging line. Now that the cookies are cool, it's time to pack them up. Advanced packaging machines quickly and efficiently wrap the cookies, ensuring they remain fresh and undamaged during transportation. In this factory, homemade-style pizzas are made for supermarkets without changing any ingredients. The goal is to keep the same taste and quality as a pizza made at home. Fresh ingredients like dough, tomato sauce, cheese, and toppings are used. The machines mix and knead the dough, just like in a home kitchen. Then, the dough is shaped into pizza bases. A layer of rich tomato sauce is spread evenly, followed by fresh cheese and a variety of toppings like pepperoni, mushrooms, and vegetables. The pizzas are baked in special ovens that give them a homemade texture and taste. Once cooled, they are carefully packed and sent to supermarkets. Customers can then buy them and bake them at home for a fresh and delicious meal. M&M's is the world's favorite candy. In addition to being popular amongst children and adults alike, it's pretty amazing how much time and energy goes into making just one little piece of candy, and yet it's still so delicious. If you're a fan of M&M's candy, you'll enjoy this video that goes behind the scenes and shows you how 400 million M&Ms are produced every day and the different ingredients that go into it and how it is made in the factory. Additionally, we will show the factory process used to create other different candies like Haribo and gummy worms. The process of making M&Ms begins with the selection of high-quality ingredients, including cocoa beans, sugar, milk, and a variety of flavorings and colors. These ingredients are carefully measured and mixed in large industrial mixers to create the perfect chocolatey base for the candies. Once the chocolate mixture is ready, it is poured into small, round molds to create the iconic M&M shape. The molds are then cooled to allow the chocolate to harden and set properly. Once the chocolate shells are formed, they are removed from the molds and transferred to a coating machine. In the coating machine, the chocolate shells are coated with a colored candy shell that gives M&Ms their signature crunch and vibrant colors. The shells are repeatedly coated with layers of colored candy to achieve the desired thickness and durability. After the candy shells have been coated, they are polished in a tumbling machine to give them a smooth and glossy finish. This step also helps to remove any imperfections and ensure a consistent appearance across all the candies. Once the candies are polished, they are sorted by color and size to ensure uniformity in each bag of M&Ms. The candies are then packaged in bags or containers and prepared for distribution to stores around the world. Throughout the entire production process, quality control measures are in place to ensure that every M&Ms meets the brand's strict standards for taste, texture, and appearance. This attention to detail and commitment to quality is what has made M&Ms a beloved treat for generations. They are known for their iconic red and yellow packages, which are designed to look like the iconic M. The brand also has many other flavors available, such as green, orange, purple, and more. On an average day, the M&M's factories produces over 400 million of colorful chocolate candies. The exact number may change based on factors like production capacity and demand. However, it is estimated that millions of M&Ms are made each day to supply the global market. This high volume of production requires precision machinery, skilled workers, and strict quality control measures to ensure that every M&M's candy meets the company's standards. The production journey of almonds begins at the tree, where each stage plays a vital role in the nut's development. The harvesting process is initiated by evaluating the almond's maturity to ensure they are collected at the perfect moment for optimal flavor and nutritional value. Modern machinery, like the tree shaker, clamps onto the trunk or branches and gently vibrates the tree, causing the almonds to fall onto the orchard floor. Once collected, the almonds begin their transformation through several key processing stages. First, they are thoroughly cleaned to remove any dirt, leaves, or debris from harvesting. The next step is dehulling, where the outer hull is carefully removed, exposing the shell that encases the almond kernel. Following this, the almond shells are cracked open to extract the kernels, a delicate process that avoids damaging the nuts. Afterward, the almonds undergo an advanced sorting process to eliminate those with significant damage or defects. Once sorted, the almonds are packaged and sent to stores. Some almonds, depending on market needs, undergo further processing to enhance their flavor, texture, or nutritional value, ensuring they meet diverse consumer preferences. This meticulous journey from tree to final product highlights the care and precision involved in producing almonds for various uses in both raw and processed forms.